Ito na nasa. So, good day everyone. So, my name is John Chris Mariano and I'll be your teacher for today's lesson, week 2, lesson 1 for English 10. So, before we start, let's start with your attendance first. So, once your name was called, kindly say present. And if you can't unmute your microphone, you can just type in or on our chat box and kindly say present. So, let's start with Edmarson Fernandez. Edmarson, are you there?
Present.
Okay, next is Joshua. Are you there, Joshua?
Present.
Okay, how about Riza? Are you there, Riza?
Present.
Okay. Shane, are you there? Shane? I think Shane was having some technological issues, so let's start with Miss Edace Sotomil. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So of course, before we start our actual lesson, so I'll be discussing with you our classroom rules for today. So if I don't ask you anything, please mute your microphone so that our discussion will be smooth. And on our Google Class, we have an option there to um, raise your hand. So you can use the raise hand button if you have to say something, or if I will be asking you something for your recitation, so you can just raise your hands. And the third rule, of course, I want you to listen attentively so that you'll be able to learn from today's lesson. So let's proceed with the next slide.
Tanong lang po, nasan po yung raise hand? Hindi ko po makita.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, we are actually using Google Class, not a Zoom meeting. So, yep, you can just unmute your microphone once, for example, I ask you to do your recitation. So, just unmute your mic.
Thank you po.
You're welcome. So, for our introductory activity, so before I give you the lesson for today, so we will be having an introductory activity. So, here's the direction for our introductory activity. So I'll be showing some images on this presentation, and I want you to internalize what's in the image. So I'll be giving you 2 minutes, and the time now is 10:51 p.m. So you have 2 minutes to internalize what's on the image. So let's intervene by 10:53. So we will be reconvening by 10:53. Yeah, that's right. So go ahead. Okay, time's up. So time now is 10:53. So I'll be asking someone to share his or her thoughts about the first image. So let's call on Ivase. So what can you say about the first image showing a girl saying that I want to be heard? So what can you say about this image?
I want to be heard.
What do you think did she mean about that? So if someone was saying that she wants to be heard, so what do you think she was trying to say?
Pwede ba Tagalog? Oh my gosh, wala akong English.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Like, ayun nga, nakasulat dun. Gusto niya maparinggan siya ng buong mundo.
Okay.
Ganun.
So
Oh my
for
God.
every so for everyone's sake, so Edis was trying to say that this girl was voiceless. So meaning she wants to be heard. So if she has some problem or she has like injustices with her rights. So if she felt like she is too voiceless to be heard by everyone, so what she was trying to possess is that she wants to be heard. She wants to give a justice with what experiences she had in past. So that's what she was trying to say. So for someone to be voiced because for someone to be able to voice out something because they were voiceless. Now let's proceed with the second image. So let's call on Riza. So what can you say about the second image? So as you can see, there's um, different colors of hands tidying up together. So what can you say about this image?
Magtulungan.
Okay, that's a very good idea. So Raisa just want to entails that this image portrays that everyone or each culture should help one another. So that's what Raisa wanted to tell us. So let's now proceed with the third image. So let's call on Josh. So what can you say about the third image?
Well, about the third image, I think it's about racism because nowadays many people are facing racism between black and white people. I think same thing with the first image and the second image. That's I mean the why that's why the guy is holding a microphone is that because he want to be heard. So he's he want to have a unity with everyone, not just for black people but also for white people. That's all.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much for that information, Josh. So it was really a good information given to us by Josh. So these three images portrays that we should end racism, most especially with the skin colors. It can actually be with something like in gender, so with the LGBTQ plus community. So those are the examples of people who want to be heard because they think like there's an injustice with what they have been experiencing right now. Now let's proceed with the fourth image. So let's call on Edmerson Fernandez. Sorry there.
For the fourth
Oh,
image, I think the poster showing a reminder to us on how the world is changing, especially on climate change. And in the same time, he or she expressing the freedom of speech that she want to be heard or he want to be heard that this is happening. That's all.
okay, thank you very much for that information, Edmerson. So yep, this fourth image also discuss about the climate change. So as we can see, there's a lot of typhoons that we've been experiencing, and that has been part of the climate change that we are now facing nowadays. Now, let's proceed with the next slide. So, since I have discussed about the images that I've shown a while ago, so can you think or can you guess what will be our topic for today? Anyone?
I think it's about equality between man and woman.
Okay, that's a good idea, Josh.
And
Go ahead.
pagkakaisa ng mga tao.
Okay, according to Idays, our topic for today is about the unity of each and every one of us. That's a
About
good
lahi-lahi.
idea. Sorry, what is that, Riza?
Tungkol sa mga lahi.
Okay, so about different cultures of different ethnic groups, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
That's what
Tapos
Riza was trying
respect.
to say.
Respect din.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much for those informations. So actually, our topic for today is about advocacy campaign. So do you have any idea about advocacy campaign? Anyone? Does anyone have an idea about advocacy campaign?
I don't know that.
Okay, if you don't know that, no worries. I'll be discussing it to you. So let's proceed with our next slide. So, Edase, can you read this one for me?
Advocacy. Advocacy is doing something that others can't do for themselves. We can also invite other people to believe and join our cause, then create a positive change in this ever complicated world we live in, and reach out to many people to make a bigger impact.